What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I'm here with good news. I'm here with wonderful news, and the wonderful news is, OP-10's been out a couple of weeks, which means that the prices are crashing. Told you a couple of weeks ago not to buy singles of OP-10. I told you that we were in the pre-release time, and the pre-release time is frankly a terrible time to buy singles, because the hype for the set is huge, because it's like the first chance to get hold of the cards. But we've only got the pre-release happening, which means you get a few packs at the pre-release. If you're lucky, your local game store will let you buy an extra box. And that's it. That's all you get. So, yeah. Demand is higher than normal. Supply is low. Everyone goes nuts for the cards. That's a bad thing. What we need to do is give it a couple of weeks, because then the prices will start crashing. Well, wonderful news. It's been a couple of weeks, and the prices have started crashing, and this is frankly wonderful, wonderful news. Take the Manga Law, for instance. Biggest card in the set, most expensive card in the set. It's the Manga Rare, right? The Manga Rare is always going to be the biggest, most expensive card in the set. Even for OP-10, where the Manga Law is, not to be rude, one of the least exciting, least sought after, and cheapest Manga Rares we've seen, it's still by far the biggest card in the set. And actually, there are exceptions. OP-9, the biggest card in the set, is of course the gold Manga Roger, and OP-11, I know we haven't got there yet, but OP-11, the biggest card, is actually the gold anniversary card, the gold anniversary Gear 5 Luffy. So I suppose maybe it's not actually always true. Those are the only two exceptions, to be clear. But, you know, and to be fair, they are the set before and the set after this one. But right now in this set, yeah, it is very much the Manga Law. So, how much were we paying for the Manga Law last time around? $830. We were paying $830. How much are we paying now? $400. It's like half that. The last three sales were $400, $450, and $430. Obviously, when it comes to eBay, you've always got to be a little bit careful here. You need to make sure that the one sale isn't a little bit cheaper, because actually the condition is a little bit worse. So do make sure you're checking this stuff all thoroughly. Maybe we can call it like a $425, $430 card. But the point is here, it's like half price. Of course it's half price. The thing is, like, and the manga's a great example here, because I've told you the supply of cards generally after pre-releases, or when pre-releases start, is very, very low. How many Manga Rares do you think are out there? In a situation where not that many boxes are being opened, and comparatively the supply is incredibly low, how many people are opening Manga Rares? So actually, when you get to pre-releases, the amount of Manga Rares out there is so small that this is actually going to be put up even more than most cards. Like, most cards are going to be ridiculously expensive on release, on pre-release. But even compared to them, the mangas are going to be absolutely pushed way too high. And in the space of a couple of weeks, we've gone from an $830 card to a $430 card. Maybe even less. And like I say, this is not the most sought after card. Well, it is in the set. It's not compared to Manga Rares. So, yeah. And, you know, we can even have a look at TCG Player here and check on in and see, well, hang on a second. Do we see a similar thing going on here? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. The crash was hard. That's showing a market price of $476 and a most recent sale of $427. So again, backing up what we're saying of this being about a $430 card. This should never have been an $800 card. And like I've said, if you're buying it early, there's a couple of things that might be happening. It may well be that you just want to buy the first one so you can grade it and sell the first graded one, in which case, okay, fine. It may well be that you know you're overpaying and you don't care. It's your money. You want the card now. You don't want to wait. Shut up, wussy. Yeah, honestly, that's fine as well. Just so long as you know the price is going to be going down. As I always tell you guys, it's friendly advice from your old pal wussy. Never anything else. So what about that Divine Departure card? It's not a manga rare, but it looks like a manga rare. But it's not as rare as a manga rare. And I showed you the other day this has been listed for $150. And I told you that $150 was actually absurd and that you should never be paying anywhere near that. What do we got a sale of now? $60. We got 65, 62, and 57. So let's even it out at about $60. Don't get me wrong, right? This is a beautiful card. I love this card. I think this card looks absolutely redonkulous. I think it is one of the best looking cards we've seen. I think it is absolutely absurdly beautiful. I also think that $150 was a bit silly. Not to be rude, ladies and gentlemen, it was a little bit silly, wasn't it? It was never going to be that much of a card. Well, the good news is we're now down to like $60. And now this makes sense to me. I love it. I want it. If I pulled it from a box, I would be absolutely delighted. But the reality is about $60 is fair. Now, some of you may have noticed, hang on a second, Wassy, you showed us a listing for $150. Was anyone paying $150? Well, over on eBay, they were getting close. We were seeing sales at a bunch of sales for $120. There's one on the screen here, plus a couple other for like $100. So I don't think $150 was actually really that fair a price, even at the beginning. But people were paying $120 for it. There are a bunch of sales for $120 over on eBay, and it's like halved in price. Trafalgar Law halved in price. This is halving in price. Oh, look, this keeps happening. How about the Kuzan? Because this is a phenomenal card. Great card, sees a huge amount of play. It's one that a lot of people are going to want, and the alternate art is a particularly cool looking card. Well, when I showed you the other day, the listings are all like 120 to 140. Clearly way too high. What are they now? Selling for $45. And again, this makes sense. $45 for, firstly, an incredibly cool looking card, but also an incredibly playable card, yes. Like, we all expect Blackbeard to be a phenomenal deck moving forward. This is a staple in Blackbeard. The art is phenomenal. Kuzan is a moderately popular character. You add all of that up together and you go, yeah, you know what? This should be on the higher end of alternate arts. So calling this like a $45 card, you go, yeah, all right, I get it. Still an expensive card, still a great card, but come on. That was always way too high. $45, much more sensible. And yes, we can now play the hang on a second, Wassy. How much were people really paying back at the beginning when this card actually came out at pre-releases? Well, this one, people were paying $120. Now, the price started falling off, going down to $100 pretty quickly. So we got more sales of like $100 than $120. But yes, people were paying 120 quid for this card. $120. You can pick up the Japanese version for $20, but people were paying 120 for the English version. It was way too high. Again, some people want it early, some people don't mind knowing they're overpaying. This is absolutely fine, but it's now like a $45 card. It's gone from $120, $100-ish card to a $45 card. It took like 2 weeks. And this is what I mean about waiting for these cards. It is absurd. The special rare I showed you the other day was the Uso-Hachi. Now, this one is very interesting because this is an absurdly playable card. Sees a huge amount of play, and it's a special rare, so we know that the pull rate is low. Well, when I showed this to you the other day, I showed you people were asking $250. How much is it now? $170. Now, to be fair, there are a bunch of 150s and 160s around as well, but the last 3 solds are 160, 170, and 170. So I think we can call this a $170 card. Now, don't get me wrong. This is still way better than the $250 people were asking at pre-release. But this card is probably not going to go super cheap. Firstly, it's a special rare, low pull rates. Secondly, it's a card people love artistically, yay. But thirdly, this sees a lot of play. Like a lot of play. And this card, I don't think it's going to get too low. Like, we can go back 2 weeks and the sales are about 185, 190. It's come down since then. But this is a card that hasn't dropped too much. It has still dropped. I need that on the record. I was still right when I said you shouldn't buy it on pre-release. I'm not lying to you in this video when I tell you the prices are dropping. But whereas Manga Law absolutely crashing, Old Art Kuzan absolutely crashing, Old Art Divine Departure absolutely crashing, Uso-Hachi isn't. It's come down by like 20 bucks. Although, like I say, there are some sales now that are around the 150, 160 mark that are a little bit cheaper. And the difference here is very simple. This is both a very sought after, very rare card, and a very playable card. There are always going to be exceptions, and don't get me wrong, it's still come down, it's still cheaper than it was, but this is holding its value way better than a lot of cards, and the answer is incredibly simple: it's that good. There we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about OP-10 so far. What have you pulled? What have you picked up? What are you still chasing from the set? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! But be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.